Martine Taras Tarot, and today I will be doing a Are You Knocking Yourself Out of Your Intuitiveness This Week and How video. Alright, so for this I'll be using some concepts brought to us by Christopher Duncan. I will also be using my intuition, and with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, let's get into the concepts. I was going to say cards. Into the concepts, alright? And so the first group of individuals I would be pulling for are my perfectionists. The individuals who intuitively know how things should be done in order for them to turn out great. So, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my perfectionists, please come forward and share. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a note with a maybe. So how might they be knocking themselves out? Oi. We got reaction versus responding. Well, I mean, in the book, the way I see it, right, reacting versus responding is that actually in both cases, they were negative things. But the way I see it, at least when you are responding, you're actually having a dialogue. So it's more like you being in your right mind and you giving them a reason. But I mean, at the end of the day, giving someone a reason why you can't do something is still a cop-out. So, I mean, both of them are not perfect, but they are what they are. At least with the responding, you've thought about it a little more. You thought of your answer a little more is what I'm getting, right? So that was it for my perfectionists. Now on to my helpers, the individuals who intuitively know how to assist anyone in any given situation at any given time. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my helpers. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a nope. With a slight maybe. So how might they be knocking themselves out? If they are, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share. Are they how might they be knocking themselves out when they are? So please, God, angels, and guides. And you got reaction versus respond again. So you're either reacting like out of a visceral reaction, which means that you're not thinking about what you're saying clearly enough, which is one level. Then the second level, which is that you are responding, is that you are thinking of a reason how to get out of it. So either it's premeditated, that you weren't going to do it and then last minute you figure out how, or you try to use your diplomatic ways to get out of the necessity of doing whatever it is that you need to do. Right? So that was it for my helpers. All right, now on to my achievers, the individuals who intuitively know how to set goals and go about achieving them one by one. All right, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my achievers. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a yes with a no and a maybe. So So either you guys are divided into 3 groups, or you at any given moment during the week, you might be knocking yourself out of your intuitiveness in one way, shape, or form. Okay? So just check yourself before you wreck yourself, and just be mindful of the things that trigger you. All right? So now, in what ways might the achievers be knocking themselves out? So please, God, angels, and guides, and you got choice through default, and you refusing to follow universal signs. So this week at least, which I feel like if you are, okay, the trick with universal signs is if it's not relative to you, if it's something someone else said. If you picked up on it and you noticed it, then it applies. But if someone else told you about it and you're like, I didn't see it, it doesn't apply. And you also got choice through default in the upright. So maybe you might make a judgment call too quick, where you think you don't have a choice in the matter when you actually do. I think that's how you're knocking yourself out of your intuitiveness this week. Yeah. So that would be interesting. All right. So now on to my individualists. Okay, the individuals who intuitively know what to put in the center of attention, how long to keep it there, for what reason, and if they're doing it for a specific goal. Okay, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my individualists, please come forward and share what. Well, wait, are they not? Okay, so are my individualists knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a yep, a nope, with a maybe of a maybe. So you gotta be attentive to what makes you tick or what gets you triggered. Okay, my individualists. Now, how might this be happening? Okay. Reaction versus responding. So, all right. So either way, you are either viscerally reacting to something, or you are thinking of a way to answer whatever has been brought to your attention, which means that you are not necessarily answering the question. You're just trying to answer just this. It's not like you're. Basically, what I'm saying is that you're not listening to what they're saying. You are listening in order to respond and shoot them down, or shoot their ideology down, or whatever they're bringing forth, is what I'm getting. Not very sportsmanlike is all I have to say. Okay. So that was it for my individualists. Now on to my investigators, the individuals who intuitively know what to research, how long to research it, what methodology to use, and with what aim, should I say. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my investigators, are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a nope, I get a yep, and a maybe. So yet again, please be attentive to your triggers and what has got you what is knocking you out of your intuitiveness this week, what might be knocking you out of your intuitiveness this week. So how might this be happening for my investigators? Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my investigators, how might this be happening for them? Okay, so we got choice through default, which I think is the first reason why it all starts. Then you're trying to be conscious about it. You're trying to consciously choose a condition which will give you the impression that you're not reacting or responding, but that you're actually answering the need of the condition. My investigators, which is questionable. Okay. All right. So now that was it for my investigators. Now on to my loyalists, the individuals who intuitively know what to stay loyal to, how long to stay loyal to it, for what reasons, and how to get others to be loyal to it as well. Okay, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my loyalists, please come forward and share. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a yep. Nope. Maybe? So again, be mindful and check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay? So how might my loyalists be doing all of this? Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my perfectionists. Why or how might they be doing all of this? Please, God, angels, and guides. And you got choice through default on the top of the group, on top of the pile. Choice through default. Choice through default. Well, you're not intuitively following what to be loyal to. You're following the conditions. No, that you're making a choice due to a default. Something might not have gone something might have gone awry this week, and I feel like you're allowing it to impact your decision making is what I'm getting. Alright, now on to my enthusiasts. The individuals who intuitively know what to be enthusiastic about, how long to stay enthusiastic about it, and how to get others to be enthusiastic about it as well. So, please, God, angels, and guides, are my enthusiasts knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a... Well... I'm getting that you are getting your answer right at the start of the week, but for some reason you're waiting for something else. You might wait a little bit before figuring something out, when in reality the first one would be your best choice, but you're kind of like you're kind of not sure. Okay. So, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my enthusiasts, how might they be knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? You are neither reacting nor responding. You are staying silent. Silent. Silence! Sorry. I thought of Mohammed. Is that one? Mohammed? The dead terrorist. The puppet Ahmed, the death terrorist. Alright, so that was for my enthusiasts. Now for the protectors. The individuals who intuitively know how to keep things safe for a long time, from whom, and for what reason. Okay, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my protectors, please come forward and share. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? Yes. No. Excuse me? Not a maybe. Just yes, no. So you're going to have to divide yourselves into which category you fall under. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my protectors, who are the individuals who keep things safe, and all that jazz. How might they be knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? Reacting versus responding. So in either case, you're not actually helping the issue along. You might actually be hindering the process from moving forward, is what I'm getting. Alright, so please now. So that was it for my protectors. Now on to my chameleons, the individuals who intuitively know what intuition style to use in any given situation. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my chameleons, are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? Yes. No. Maybe. So I think the last group. So basically, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Know what your triggers are, when they come about, and be mindful of those, so that you can fix issues before they actually happen. Now, how might my chameleons be knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? And how? Okay. Well, this one has indirectness on top of reaction versus responding. So you are trying to indirectly get out of a sticky wicket, my chameleons, so that you don't have to actually respond or react to what has been said. I don't know how this is going to come about, but basically check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay? So, my gorgeous triple tears, this is all that I have for you guys this week for this video series. And first of all, or should I say, hopefully, well, I would like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas Eve tomorrow. I will be posting something, okay? And with that being said, have a good night. Bye.